We have all been there. You have a great idea for a smart home sensor or a remote data logger, but once you start wiring up the standard development boards, the enclosure just becomes way too big. Finding that balance between power and portability is a constant struggle for us. This is where a more specialized controller like the M5Stack AtomS3 Lite enters the conversation. It is a compact, programmable development kit that tries to solve the space issue without forcing you to compromise on the core performance required for most modern IoT tasks. At its heart, this unit uses the ESP32S3FN8 chip. That 8M of memory is the real highlight here, as it allows for a bit more complexity in your programming compared to some of the more basic modules. It is a capable engine for a device of this physical size. Because of its small footprint, this board is really well suited for things like environmental monitors, remote actuators, or even small wearable prototypes. It is designed to be an always-on node that just sits in the background doing its job. Now, before you rush to pick one up, it is important to compare. There are many ESP32-based options on the market. Some offer more pins, some offer built-in screens, and some are even smaller. You really need to map out your specific project needs before deciding. What I appreciate here is the focus on the essentials. It is not trying to be a massive workstation board. By stripping away the unnecessary bulk, it keeps your builds cleaner and potentially more professional looking, which is a major benefit for anyone building custom housing. I do have one piece of advice: pay attention to the I/O limitations. Because it is so small, you do not get the massive header arrays found on full-sized boards. Always check your pinout diagram against your sensor requirements before you start your final build. With over 790 units currently in the hands of makers, it is a well-tested piece of hardware. The pricing, currently around $18 with a decent discount, makes it an accessible entry point for those needing a reliable, compact controller. If your priority is fitting a powerful controller into a tiny space, this is a very strong contender. However, if your project needs a dozen different analog inputs or specific industrial interfaces, you might want to look at a larger format board instead. If you are interested, I suggest you head over to the product page to check the full details and compare the current price. Taking a moment to confirm if this matches your specific project requirements is always the best way to avoid a purchase you might regret later.